Hi everyone, my name is Lela, and my presentation is about the negative connotations many people have surrounding nuclear power and why that is. And I've concluded that it's due to nuclear disasters, health concerns as a result of wasting radiation, and the connection of nuclear power and nuclear weapons. And all of these stem from a lack of trust between um, individuals and the government and power industries. So the way a nuclear reactor works is that within the reactor, a process called fission happens, which is when a atom's nucleus is split, which then causes other nuclei in the reactor to split as well, which generates a lot of heat, and that heat gets converted into electricity. So nuclear power did develop way before the atomic bomb. However, a lot of the research that's come from the Manhattan Project was used to commercialize nuclear power in the Atoms for Peace campaign in 1950. So after nuclear was heavily commercialized, there was a disaster at 3 Mile Island off the eastern coast of the US, and that also sparked a lot of anti nuclear sentiment within the environmentalist movement. And that was further supported by Chernobyl, which had around 30 casualties and 2 immediate casualties and spread all of these nuclear aerosols across Europe. There was an uptick in nuclear in 2000, 11 years before Fukushima, but Fukushima really solidified among the general populace that nuclear was unreliable and unpredictable, especially in an area prone to natural disasters. Within the same year, the Yucca Mountain Waste Storage Facility was also banned from receiving funds, and that stems from the same fears of Fukushima because Yucca Mountain is also an area that's prone to natural disasters. So when it comes to nuclear disasters, most of them are a result of core failures, which is really important because that's where fission happens. So 3 Mile Island was probably the least severe disaster, but Chernobyl really spread the idea that nuclear was a severe health and safety risk because it spread radioactive chemicals all around Europe through aerosols that basically floated through the air. And it also solidified a lack of trust in the government surrounding nuclear. As of now, many people in Belarus and Ukraine do not support nuclear at all, while their governments do. So, about Fukushima, Fukushima really solidified the idea that companies weren't trustworthy because Fukushima also happened due to core failures, and the Tokyo Electric Power Company refused to shut down Fukushima after finding a crack within the reactor. So, all three of these disasters worked to widen the gap of trust between the public and nuclear experts within companies and the government. So, with waste and radiation, this is the main reason why people were worried about nuclear disasters in the first place. And although most waste is stored very, very far away from people, around like 1,000 meters underground, many people are still worried about the effects it can cause to the environment. Um, and also, um, if these waste storage factors uh, can crack. And this is more common in areas that are prone to natural disasters like Yucca Mountain. Additionally, this also causes an association of nuclear power with fossil fuels due to the perceived damage that waste and radiation cause. For example, in the study, 39% of survey respondents in the UK believe that nuclear caused climate change, which obviously isn't true. So, what can we do to mitigate all of these concerns? So, of course, there are all these scientific ways of mitigating concerns, such as um, for nuclear disasters using passive safety systems, where reactor safety doesn't need to be monitored by people running the reactor, which was a problem in Chernobyl, especially. And for nuclear waste, using closed fuel cycles. So, currently, nuclear fuel cannot be reused and reintroduced back into the fuel cycle, but with closed fuel cycles, that may be a possibility, and also minimizing any human contact through uh, further down geological depositories, and also storing liquid waste as solid waste through processes like vitrification. Um, although Although these scientific improvements are very, very important, most people don't really care about that and instead want to be able to have trust in their governments and in nuclear power companies. And that can only come about through policy, like non-proliferation treaties, and also increased transparency between nuclear power companies and various governments worldwide surrounding nuclear energy policy. Thank you.